This is Randy here at the 2018 FLW Harris Chain of Lakes Fishing Tournament, and joining me is Russell Cecil. How are you doing?
I'm doing great today. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Me too. It is a beautiful day, great weekend, 4 days for a fishing tournament. How'd you do?
Well, it wasn't the greatest tournament for me. I tell you what, I'm glad to be here. The weather's a lot nicer than it's been in Texas lately. We generally have some pretty tropical winters, but it's been cold and wet at home, so it was nice to get to Florida. Great lake, full of fish. I had a little mechanical issue the first day. I didn't get to weigh my fish, so it cost me the opportunity to get a check here. I was all around them. I had a pretty good second day and had an opportunity for a really good second day. This is a great lake, a lot of fish out there.
Did you primarily just fish in Lake Harris? Or?
I stayed in Harris completely the second day because I ended up borrowing a boat on the second day, so I didn't make the trip to any other lakes. I did practice Griffin. I went to Dora, Beauclair, and Eustis as well. So I tried to ride all of the lakes to get some kind of idea of what it was like. We actually came up here after Okeechobee and just looked to see, kind of figure out where we were going to stay and what we thought this lake was going to offer. And they were spawning like crazy when we came up here after Okeechobee. I mean, it would have been a absolute slugfest spawning derby then. It looks like the guys in the Big Bass tournament and some of those local events between the two tour stops really showed this place off too. There was quite a few 30-pound stringers I saw weighed in. Yeah.
Wow, up to 5 fish, right?
Yeah,
So
five fish. Yeah, some big ones. I noticed in the Big Bass tournament there was 3 over 10 weighed in. Wow. So we haven't seen one of those. I think a 9-pounder is the biggest one I've seen so far here in our event. But it's a little bit. I think more fish have spawned than not, so you're seeing a little bit lighter fish. Probably would have weighed 10 pounds. That 9-pounder probably would have weighed 10 a month ago.
Well, we're excited about the weigh-in because it's going to be coming up here pretty soon. We'll see who's on top. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, they put on a show out there. Those guys, I've paid attention a little bit to the FLW Live, and they're catching a lot of fish, so it's going to be an exciting weigh-in, and I think it's going to be really tight. There's 3 or 4 guys that can win this thing. So.
Very good. Awesome. Yeah. Great. Hey, I was just curious, and hopefully it's not giving away any kind of trade secrets or anything, but what's like some of your favorite lures that you use?
Well, I can tell you what I used in this, and then I can tell you what I've seen from the rest of the guys. So sight fishing played a little bit in some of the distant lakes like Apopka, and I think maybe in Griffin there was a little bit of sight fishing that took place. So, those guys were flipping, but the majority of the fish got caught out of the hydrilla in this event. And for me, it was a chatterbait and a Texas rig worm. And so of the guys, the guy that was in second coming into today, I actually fished around a little bit yesterday, and he was throwing a Texas rig worm, and he had 22 or 23 pounds yesterday. It looks like he's caught another big one today too. So that definitely played a factor. Jerkbaits played a factor, and then a lipless crankbait played a factor. So it was more guys catching them out of the hydrilla than really anything else. And the lakes that looked like they played the most were Griffin and Harris. So more guys stayed in Harris. So I know there in the top 30 cut there was only 2 guys in the Griffin lock. So more of them were going to whether it be Apopka or staying here in Harris.
Gotcha.
So
you have sort of a little unique backstory in that from Costa you were a representative for them selling sporting goods, and then you sort of moved up the ranks, if you will, to...
Yeah, I've been associated with Costa since 1997, so I've had a sales job with those guys, and I'm a manufacturer's rep, so most of my life outside after college has been somehow associated with the fishing industry. I've sold products from owner hooks to 6 cents crankbaits, Falcon rods, Costa sunglasses. So we manage the business in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. And when I was going to college, I kind of thought, man, I want to be a bass pro, and I kind of looked at the industry and thought, man, it would probably be a little wiser idea to hedge my bet a little bit and have some kind of job associated with the industry. So that's kind of how my career progressed. And I spent a lot of time fishing regionally, fished everything that I could fish in Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, in that area, and kind of built my career with FLW through their regional events, the Costa Series. So I've had some success in that in Texas, and finished second in the Costa Points last year and decided to take the bid to go into the tour and fish the tour this year. So Florida's been a little bumpy for me. Like I said, I didn't have the greatest tournament at Okeechobee, had the little mechanical issue here, but it's been a great experience. It was great to see both those lakes, and I'd love to come back to both of them, but I actually would prefer this one over Okeechobee just because I think it spreads people out a little bit more, and it offers a lot of different opportunities in regard to the fishing, because there's if you want to go flipping, you can go flipping. If you want to fish offshore grass here, you can fish offshore grass. Like I said, sight fishing played a little bit. So there's a lot of options, and it's a great, healthy population of fish in this lake.
Great. Glad to hear that. Well, hey, good luck in your upcoming tournament here next week. And, hey, we greatly appreciate your time this afternoon because I know you're busy and talking with everybody. So, hey, thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.